Canyon Capone's right. As the city.
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. What to do? That boy action. What's up, man?
Oh man, chilling, man. Just looking over some emails real quick. It takes forever to get through emails for me because I got like 3 email accounts linked up to one. So, yeah.
I know that's right. Yeah, emails. Get them all day, every day. So yeah, I know y'all probably been looking for us during the week. We kind of under reconstruction right now. And we'll have some more info through promos and imaging about us being on. Like, we's on every day, but each one of us got kids and trying to be involved in their lives with sports and all that old stuff. So, the intent is to be on every day, but it ain't been working out. it ain't been working out. We've been trying, but it ain't been working out. So, when we first started, we were on Wednesday nights just like this, but it was from was it 6 to 7? I can't remember. I think it
was 6. Yeah, it was 6 o'clock.
We used to come on at 6 when we first came on 2 years ago. So now we're gonna go back to Wednesdays like tonight, and we're gonna start at 8 o'clock like we usually do. So every Wednesday at 8, that's when you can catch Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. Now the cool part is all of the shows that you've seen thus far, we will still show those, the ones that make sense. Some of them are dated and, was leading up to specific days. And obviously we wouldn't show a show talking about Christmas, you know what I'm saying? But
why not?
Yeah. But we will be running, reruns or whatever during the week so you can check out the show. But Wednesday night we will be live. So that's what that is. A lot of stuff going on, though, man. As a matter of fact, we have more to talk about because all the stuff that's going on, we don't get to hit it every day, but we have a couple of, like a week apart to bring up stuff and discuss stuff and get people's opinions and all that. So that is definitely good for us. So that's what it is now, Wednesday at 8. And shout out to everybody who done checked in early on all our different platforms. So, it's going down.
For sure.
What you think about Simone Biles, man? I mean, everybody talking about that in the Olympics, man. You know, I've seen some of the tweets, some of the hate tweets that was sent to her. You know what I'm saying? And people are acting like she owed him something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, she done gave her all for these last. I don't know. She was in the 2016 Olympics, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she was in the last. She's been in the last few Olympics.
And Shani just checked in. What's up, Shani? You on?
Okay. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, now we got you. Yeah, I mean, she's probably without a doubt gonna go down in history as probably one of the most decorated female gymnasts on the planet, and she doesn't owe anybody anything. I mean, I equate her to like Tiger Woods. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody thinks they own Tiger Woods, and if Tiger Woods doesn't play another round of golf, he's still probably gonna go in the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest golfers ever to play the game. And she's the same way. I mean, we feel so connected to her because she's been such a part of our lives, but I don't blame her for her decision. I mean, she just, you know, she's bottom line, she got butterflies. She got and in that sport, you can't have butterflies. You can't let your nerves get you like that to the point where you think you might hurt yourself. And from my understanding, that's where she's at. And so she doesn't want to compete anymore because she doesn't want to injure herself. And I totally agree with that. As an athlete, I totally agree with that. Like if you don't feel it, you're not ready for it. I mean, don't do it. You don't owe anybody anything.
I think that's a politically correct answer. To say is that, hey, I'm not feeling it, so I'm gonna, for my mental health. I think that's the politically correct. But when you have accomplished everything that this young lady has accomplished, and then for your team to come to you and say, well, the moves that you do are too advanced, and the Olympic Committee has decided that, those moves are not going to be judged, and you're going to be judged differently. And if you do those moves, they're not going to count because everybody else can't do that. Number one, that's some BS. That's not my fault that you're not great.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to minimize myself. And too many times, Black women, we have to minimize ourselves when we are really great and extraordinary. But we have to bring that down to make other people comfortable. And that's basically what they were asking her to do in the Olympics is, hey, we don't want you to be that great. You're going to have to tone that down so everybody else can compete on a certain level with you. That's not her problem. And I can only imagine Simone is 24. She's 24. So I'm pretty sure she knows how to express herself well. And that's probably not what came out. But so we can be politically correct, and I don't come off as the angry Black woman, and I don't hurt anybody else's feelings. Let me say, well, let me take care of my mental health because that's the kick that everybody's on right now. Oh, mental health. There's nothing wrong with Simone Biles. She ain't crazy, and she knows exactly what's going on. And I think that it is outright sad that that it even got to that her greatness was asked to be diminished on a stage where you're supposed to highlight your greatness for the whole world, but she got to minimize it. So no, y'all can miss me with that one.
I didn't know about that part of it about them asking her to calm down. I know the Olympic Committee changed rules because she was so cold, and that would have been enough for me to be like, you know what, y'all can have this. I'm good. And,
right.
And maybe that's what she's doing right now. But I had no idea. They came to her in the Olympics and said that.
Well, that's why the rules were changed because of her moves. People can't do these moves that Simone Biles does, and
they can't compete with her. So basically, they're saying they can't compete with you.
That's not her problem.
Yeah, it's not. It's not her problem.
That. I definitely agree with that. You can't compete. Sit your ass down. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And somebody went and complained.
Yeah.
And said, hey, it's not fair. She does all of this. She does all of this. Well, it's the Olympics. So this is supposed to be the greatest of the greatest. So you got to step your game up.
Yeah, and it's not like you can't do that. She's not doing anything impossible. If it was, she wouldn't be doing it.
And then she's the athlete that when Sha'Carri, when it came out that Sha'Carri wasn't going to compete, and everybody was like, "Oh, let's boycott the Olympics. Let's boycott the Olympics," and not watch it. Simone is the one that said, "Hey, it's other Black athletes that have worked hard, so support us."
Yeah. Yeah,
it's Simone Biles.
Now they got her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messed up.
She's a very at 24. I think for her to be able to, walk away and say, "Hey, I'm not going to do that," that's very strong of her. I think that she was very strong with the whole Dr. Nasser thing and coming forward saying, "Hey, this is what happened. We need to take him down. He's in jail." So I admire her. She's 24. I'm old enough to be her mom. I admire her, and I am more than proud of her. And I hope that she doesn't become as jaded as I am with the situation. But I can understand when stuff like that keeps happening to you, you do tend to be a certain way. I'm hoping that it'll work out and she'll show up for the 2024 Olympics. Maybe she'll come back. Maybe the Olympic Committee will sit down and think about their actions and the how asinine it was of them to say, "Hey, you're too good." That's like telling the runners, the fastest person, "Okay, you're gonna have to slow down because everybody can't keep up with you."
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and not that you aren't, but she has a lot of she has a lot of influence. So I don't think she's gonna be jaded in a situation where she probably can't influence her way to a better solution and a better outcome for the future of other Black athletes and stuff like that. Because she could politic her position in a way where she could be like, "Hey, I'm fighting for this, or I'm advocating for that." So and people would listen because it's her. So again, she is without a doubt one of the greatest athletes America's produced overall, pound for pound.
Yep.
So she does have some kind of pull with the sport. So hopefully it'll be better.
I'm totally again, this is a different angle. This is a different angle on the whole story. Like, I knew they was changing the rules in the Olympics and stuff, but I didn't know how sincere / serious it was. They changing it because they can't keep up with it. And it's probably the board. The board is probably a bunch of white people, old white women, who used to doing that robotic type gymnastics without the flair, without the strength, without the appeal, and they the one making the rules, man. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I bit my tongue anyway. Go ahead.
No, I was going to just say, like Shawnee said, though, they wouldn't be changing rules if somebody didn't complain about it.
Oh yeah.
So one of the countries or somebody had to.
It could be somebody on the team.
Yeah, had to be pressuring the IOC about the rules changing. About we can't beat her. We can't ever beat her because we can't do what she does.
It would be so dope if she would just put it out there about what happened and just go home, get on the plane and go home and tell it all. And make the Olympic Committee look like shit, just like when the dude that was messing with all those years. We forget about that. She's dealing with, the trauma of being sexually abused at an early age. I don't know how old she was, but she definitely was young. And taking that with you every day, like every day you perform, especially when you was performing with the dude as the coach, like right there. You do that dope routine and you got to hug him and say thank you. And later on that week or later on that month or later on that night even, I don't know, it was going to be some bull crap. You had to keep your mouth shut. And she's been carrying that with her forever. I saw an interview that she did and she was talking about, the fact that the crowd wasn't there And again, this could have been just something rehearsed, I don't know. But you saying the crowd wasn't there, and you, that feeling, that rush you get of performing, it wasn't there. And when it get to that point, I got to sit it down. But like you said, like I was talking about the Olympics, probably put it to the side, like, hey, don't do that triple, quadruple jump split, please don't do that. Just do a round off and maybe play some. Just do some hood dances, and then we'll be fine. We'll deduct you for the hood dances, but you won't win. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's
I watch though all the time though. Still, I'm still hooked on, addicted to fan. Shout out to the American basketball team. They won today too, so they back
you talking
on
about
track.
What they beat Iran? Oh, that was last night. Man, Iran. Man, that's like
so,
that's like
a W's a W. A W's a W.
Yeah. That's like
we needed that.
That's like the Mavericks playing a high school team from Springs, Maryland. Like, come on, man.
What's up, David?
They doubled. They scored 120-66, but the USA team been tripping. I really don't know if they're gonna make it, because they lost to Argentina, they lost to Nigeria. Like, I don't know if they're gonna make it, man.
Well, I think sometimes they take their greatness for granted, and you can see that because they should be waxing everybody.
It seemed like it, yeah.
Who's on the basketball team? Let's see. I'm gonna see who's on the team USA. I ain't been keeping up with it.
They got a squad.
They got Durant, Harden, Chris Middleton from the Milwaukee Bucks. They got the dude that played for the Celtics, the light-skinned dude, number 0. What is his name?
Don't give me the line. I'm trying to use the heaven.
Number 0. That's funny. Number 0 for the Celtics. I can't remember his name. I said Durant.
Okay, so they got Durant, Middleton, Grant, Lillard.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard.
Levine.
Adam Levine. He played for Chicago.
Okay, Beal, number 4.
He played for Washington, but he caught COVID, so he's not playing.
Okay, Tatum.
That's him. What's his first name?
You just say Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum. Not Lamar Tatum. That's number 0 for the Celtics.
Love. That's a white boy.
Kevin Love played for the Cavaliers.
Holiday.
Not KJ. I want to say Drew Holiday or his brother. It might be Drew Holiday from the world champion Milwaukee Bucks.
Adebayo. I'm sorry.
That's a boy that played for Miami Heat. I think he's African dude.
Mm-hmm.
Number
Green.
13. That's Damon Green.
And then Booker.
Played for the Warriors. And then Booker played for the Suns.
And Pop is still coaching. So it's like, and I love him as a coach, just a side note. But so they got coaching? The squad, Popovich.
Oh, coach of the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he was one of those out front vocal coaches about Black Lives Matter and the whole situation, especially like when it jumped off. And beyond that, he's just very opinionated, and he's a fair coach in my opinion. But anyway, so yeah, they got the squad. So I don't understand why they having problems. But again, overall, pound for pound, it's like we're really not representing like we should. And I think that has a lot to do with the crowds, though, because they don't have no crowds there. Nobody cheering you on. The emotion's not there. To help you out, pull you through like certain situations. Because I'm sure, like, if the crowd would have been there and they would have been cheering for the USA basketball team, that could have spurred them on. You know how we play.
I think that has a little bit to do with it too. I know that, that extra oomph that you need to really get going. So
yeah, that 6 man need a crowd. I was always thinking that you should have did like the NFL, like just crowd noises.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. Kathy has a question. Are they also, and I do too. This is my question too with Kathy. Are they in the losers bracket fighting their way back? So like, is it playing like a tournament?
Yeah, they start out like just like pool play.
Oh, okay.
And then they go to bracket, and I think they still in.
They ain't started the actual brackets yet.
Yeah. I think they still in pool play. but they still have an opportunity to win. I think in the medal. I don't think they can win a gold unless everybody goes with it catches an L. I don't think they have an opportunity to win a gold, but I do think they have an opportunity to medal.
That's not good, Team USA. Yeah, I need to come on.
Yeah, but everybody on the things been kind of like and again I think it's because of the lack of crowd. We watching the volleyball. Volleyball's good, but track and field, I can't wait till track and field starts. Track and field, we always do well in track and field. So see how that goes.
We'll see. Let me see. Who do we have? I know we got Allison Felix running the 200. The girl that just graduated from Harvard is running. Really, them the only ones that I'm looking for. We gotta do. You know what? I don't think he made it, but I don't know. I'll have to when it comes on, then I'll start watching it.
On track and field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to see Allison Felix. I do want to see her run and see what she does in the 200 because at the trials, you know, she just did enough to get through.
Yeah, because she was like one of the last to make it, wasn't she?
Yeah, her time was like she just did enough to make sure that she made the team. You could tell she was holding back.
And did she just have a baby not too long ago?
No, that baby is her baby is that baby about 6, 7 now.
Nah.
4, maybe it's 4. No, she had the baby. So the last Olympics is when she had just had the baby.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
so
that baby like
we know that's
4,
at least
5
4
years old. Yeah, that baby big. That baby talking and walking and got an attitude, everything.
Yeah, use your Google machine, boys and girls, and figure that one out for us. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to the track and field. I always like track and field, even though I like the stuff that they're doing now because they've accomplished the cycling. I watched the cycling. I watched the triathlon. The triathlon was good. Did the cycling, and what else have been watching? The volleyball, of course, and the beach and indoor. So the men's volleyball team is doing really well right now. So
I haven't been watching it. Like I see the little thing come up on my TV where I can watch it on my streaming. I've been watching The Chi in All American.
The Chi is probably the best. Chi is probably the best miniseries on television right now. It's on Showtime. And if you don't have Showtime, you might want to get it because it's really, really, really good. And, but you know what? You can't just like start watching it next week and be like, man, that what? No, you got to go back to season 1 because you got to learn the characters. You got to actually learn the full story of why everybody that's on the show is in position. There are some people who have left. There are some new people who done checked in. Like you have to start all the way from the beginning. It's kind of like 24. Like 24 was like the best thing ever put on television, in my opinion. This story, 24 was about a guy who worked for the government. And during all this time 24 was on, 7, 8 years, he was the one saving the world. And people never knew. He worked for a company called CTU. And see, on the show, each show for the season represented 1 hour of the day. It'll come on when it tell you this story takes place between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And so 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. for that Thursday. Then next Thursday, it'll be 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. 24 hours. That's 24 shows. And they did that for 7 or 8 seasons. But it was always on time. And so many people came and went. And you got to go back to the very beginning to find out how he even got to the company he was working for. But it was really good. They tried to bring it back with the dude that played Dr. Dre from Straight Outta Compton. I forget his name. They tried to bring it back for a season, but nobody watched it except me. So
David asked, what happened on The Chi? Listen, the last episode. Did you watch the last episode of The Chi?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Listen, Big Papa, Papa and Kevin tripped me. Like I was hollering. Them singing Jagged Edge. They
I'm
going through a broken
rolling
heart.
on a lonely highway,
I was like,
asking God
who
to.
got them do that? Yeah. They were they're going through broken hearts.
He said Jason Mitchell. Boy, Jason Mitchell been gone since season 2.
Yeah, I got to binge it. I guess I don't know. I
Yeah,
never.
you start from the very beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
start from the beginning.
Yeah, I see it on the TV when I'm scrolling through, and I never like click on that thing. So before I click on it, though, I got to binge it because I like you said, if I want to do justice, I need to go back to the first season and watch that.
So you can really feel it and understand what's going on, because now the cast is older, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you start from the beginning. They older now, so now they got different problems. They tackle, same-sex marriage. They tackle blacks
Police
in power.
brutality.
They tackle police brutality. They tackle black-on-black crime. They tackle adoption.
Black love.
Black love.
Yeah, for men, for boys. Like watching Papa and Kevin is because I asked this question earlier today when we were on the morning show. We had a therapist on it, kind of talked about this. It's like, well, when does it happen that boys stop being vulnerable and expressing themselves? Because like right now, Papa and Kevin, they little hearts broken. I feel so bad because it's like, dang.
Those
that
are
is
two of the
messed up.
teenagers on the show who grew up childhood friends. They probably about 15, 16. But I think when they started, they was like, it seemed like they were 10. You know what I'm saying?
They were in elementary school. Yeah, I think they were like in the 5th grade. And then even Emmett in his storyline, Emmett was, well, I don't want to give too much away, but Emmett was in them streets. Emmett's very promiscuous. Now he's married. And his wife found out that he did something, and it made her go do something. And they decided to have an open marriage. And now it's a problem for Emmett.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But I'm like, why is it a problem? Why is it a problem? It's okay for you to be out there on me, but now when we agree to do this and you know that, okay, this is where I am. I know you sleeping with other women too, because I know, and that's her thing. She's like, okay, well, since I know, at least you're not lying to me. So I know what's going on. But Emmett like, I don't want to do that. I love you. Okay, well.
Yeah, mentally, I don't know what it is about that messes with guys' heads.
The fact that somebody else being inside of your woman, like, if it's somebody you really care about, it's just like, oh no.
Yeah, but if you really cared about her, Shawnee's point is you wouldn't be messing around.
Right.
Well, sometimes.
Ain't no sometimes.
And the thing about it, she done got somebody. She done got a hold of somebody that do what Emmett don't do, and she want that feeling.
I might have to watch now.
And Emmett can't do it.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't play that role either. I would not try to have my cake and eat it too in that situation. That never works out.
Well, I'll tell you this: it might work out once or twice or 5 times, but some kind of way it comes out. Some kind of way. Long run, 10 years later, 5 years later, next month, you think it's over and it pops up. You be like, oh man, well, David said he felt the Shy should get an Emmy nomination. I think it was nominated for something but didn't win. But I agree. That's one of the few shows with an all-black cast that's on. I mean, you got Raising Kanan. You have Powers coming back on, but Raising Kanan is a division of Power. And I saw the first episode of Raising Kanan. It was pretty good. Matter of fact, I didn't see last Sunday, so I'm gonna watch that when we get off here. I
have to catch up with that. But what I like about The Shy, this is what I like about this show. It deals with it's such a positive show for Black America. Like if we could get back to that, because the storylines they ain't too ratchet. It's real. It's like you can sit there and relate and be like, okay, there are different things going on in different families, and it's not just, oh, this is a gang banging show. Everything is gang banging. All the women are loose and running around. It's not that. It's not that, and it gives you a way to see how you can deal with some of your own issues, in a positive way. It even though you watching and you caught up into it, they have a solution, even though it's not direct. If you paying attention, you will see, oh, this could be the solution. So I think it should definitely get more love in every Black family. Well, I don't let my daughters watch it because of
yeah. Well, it is on cable, so I gotta understand. Yeah.
I mean, they be smashing and cussing and all that. But
yeah. It is on cable.
The cussing I don't mind, but it's just some other stuff that I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'm ready to have that conversation.
One thing I like about it is, I mean, like Shani said, it deals with issues, and it deals with like, I ain't gonna say outlandish issues, but real serious scenarios, like rape and what happens when you get raped, and do you keep the baby if you get pregnant, like stuff like that, and what decision do you make, and it's, you might be surprised at some of the storylines in the series, but it's really good though. Shout out Lena Waite. We definitely got to get her on the podcast. Lena Waite, I don't know if she's from Chicago or not, but Common is also as an executive producer. He was in season 1, and I thought 1 and 2, and I thought he was gonna have a recurring role, but I hadn't seen him no more. And they killed Ronnie. And again,
man, that broke my heart. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, oh, not Ronnie. Even though Ronnie was foul, but I was like, no, he was getting it together. Yeah. And it's always that way when you getting your stuff together. Now the mayor and Candy, that mayor is something else. The guy that's the mayor.
Oh yeah, he do a good job of that. His name
does a real good job.
His street name was Doodah, and I remember when I was in high school, we had a gangster that went to our school named Doodah, Doodot, Doodah.
Doodah. His name is Duda though.
Yeah, Doodah.
Doodah.
Die. We'll debate later. But he had that 88. I'm talking about the dude that I went to high school with. He had that 88 Mustang, that white Mustang.
What's up, T?
Remember when Mustangs first came out?
Yep.
He had one of them.
I don't remember when they first came out. But.
Yeah, that I'm talking about an 88, the 5.0. I'm sorry. The
Ice Baby?
5.0. I don't know.
Yeah, the 5.0. The
GT.
Well, no, the first one was 8. Well, no.
If it burns, still calling me Blink. You've been calling me Blink for the last 4 months. It's Bink, dog. Bink. Write that down, man. And send us some food DoorDash since you at the restaurant. And what you be doing at the restaurant all the time? You work there?
We
want to shop the restaurant.
N-K.
I mean, he been calling me Blink for like the last. I'm like,
I thought he was sending you a call word because I started going like.
I thought it was a typo.
Oh, maybe his eyes are L.
Yeah.
Curtis Cook. That's his name. Doodah. Curtis Cook.
And I think he's from Chicago too. Or he might be from LA because my frat brother, we got to get him on here too. He's becoming a professional photographer. And Curtis Cook is one of the people he takes pictures of. He's
one of your favorite one of your favorite places. Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, really? Okay. Mm-hmm. He's also in a series on Netflix called Manifesto.
And I think he might be a little light in the loafers too, because I mean, hey, no. I mean, I can see, like, looking at this picture of him, it's like, okay.
Suspect? Is he suspect?
He studied at the Mountain View Academy of Theater Arts in London as a teenager.
Good for him.
He danced with the Dayton Contemporary Dance Company after college. He moved to New York and appeared on Broadway in The Lion King and Miss Saigon. So, yeah, he's a decorated actor and dancer.
And he mobbed, too. So go mob to you, frat.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he is Sigma. Because my my guy that's a professional photographer is a Sigma. And
Oh
they
yeah,
was-
and he has on y'all's Finer Blue. What are y'all Finer Blue, or is it just the Zetas?
Zetas is finding womanhood, but it's blue and white.
She said he could be. She said he could be.
That's why his body. He got a nice body because he's a dancer.
Yeah, he chiseled. He's definitely chiseled.
He's a good looking man.
I didn't know he's from Ohio though. Shout out Ohio OH. Dave, do you work at the restaurant, man? Like, let us know
said,
if you work over there.
Yeah. What is it? The seafood place?
Yeah, because he always be saying, "I'm checking in from so to see." We just want to shout the restaurant out and let them know. Let them know we rock with the restaurant. Then me shine in action. We gonna come up there. We gonna do two things.
He married. My bad.
He married at the restaurant?
No, the guy.
The guy's married.
We gonna come and eat dinner with you, but then we gonna shout the restaurant out too. So we just want to know what's the time between you and the restaurant. Tam, he always be at the Seafood Love Restaurant. I mean, what's the name of it? Somewhere in Cedar Hill, Texas.
Oh, and they got black love going on. They got 5 kids. Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah, black wife. Good for you.
Nice. That's always refreshing.
Do y'all watch P Valley? Do y'all watch that?
I watched P Valley. Yeah, it took me a minute to watch it because I was scared to watch it because I was like, "What am I about to watch?" But then when I started watching it, I was like, "Oh, okay. It's not. It's where my mind went with it. That's not what it is. I mean, it does deal with a strip club. It does deal with that, but
and everything that goes around in there.
But there are other things that happen, like with the city. There's some political things in it.
Did you do that? I did that. I had a stench of that in my early career as a personality. Bink, you ever DJ at a strip club?
Oh, did I DJ at a strip club? No, but I was always in the booth with my boy D-Shay, who used to DJ in Arlington, Texas at Peepin' Tom's.
I used to work at the strip club.
I was there quite frequently, as a matter of fact. Quite frequently.
Yeah, I DJ'd at one in my early career.
Good for you. So what songs was you playing around that time? You remember?
Man, no, don't give me the line. I'm trying to go to heaven. No, don't remember.
Shani, what you do at the strip club?
I was a cocktail waitress.
Which one? Here? Here? Which one?
It ain't open no more, I'm sure.
Oh.
I was a cocktail waitress at Baby Dolls.
Oh, okay.
Baby Dolls on 35, right?
It wasn't on 35 though.
No.
It was off of Northwest Highway.
Yeah, Northwest.
Okay.
And when I worked there, I mean, like when I did it, I was like, I was in a situation, and I was like, okay, because I was looking for a job. I had moved back to Dallas, didn't have a job, and there was some stuff going on, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna go work at the strip club. I'm gonna be a waitress. I can do that. At Baby Dolls, their little outfit to be a waitress was, I mean, you had on clothes. If you weren't exposed. We had to wear like a tuxedo shirt and these little bottoms, and you had to wear dark pantyhose, like opaque stockings, so they couldn't see nothing. But
it wasn't no Hooters type outfit, was it?
Yeah. Nah, but and it was good money, easy money.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there watching, like, because what I thought a strip club was, like, what I thought I was getting ready to walk in was not what I walked into. Like, it wasn't as bad as how I had it in my mind. But I remember sitting up there one night looking at them girls on that stage with all that stuff. They had the silicone implants, and that's when you could like see the little wrinkles on the side and stuff. And I was watching them, and I'm like, all she did was walk out there and take her shirt off, and they just threw all this money at her. She didn't do nothing.
That's how it works.
Like, wasn't no whole bunch of acrobatic moves going on. I remember one white girl used to come out there and dance to Michael Jackson Beat It. And I mean, she did the whole video in her little thong and pasties, like, so they couldn't even show everything. And I was like, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. I can do that. And I asked them to let me do it. And they were like, no. Like, no.
Hard no.
They had enough black girls.
Oh, okay.
And I ain't had no boobs. You know, I was like really, I was an A cup.
My friend was telling me she stripped for years. Like, I remember her telling me, you know, because she would come to my house after she got off. And we were friends, so it was cool. But she would always say it, strippers with an S, they can kind of cut their mind off as they doing the job, as they dance and getting this money. It's not like, you know, dudes, you know, you sit your booty on a dude and, you know, 6 times out of 10, he gonna get hard. But she was like, I don't, you know, she don't really get no satisfaction out of it. She doing the job. And that's the mindset going in, you know, just make it equivalent to what we do. Oh man, you meet all the stars, you meet everybody. And we like, I mean, yeah, but we actually working. So it ain't like, you know, we woke up, you know, can't wait till so-and-so get to the station, you know. So.
But I did get a job dancing though at another club.
Oh.
Now that's different. I can't see that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how the universe works. So one of the other cocktail waitresses was like, oh, we ought to go over here. We ought to go to this other place. So we went to the other place. It was on Harry Hines. I can't remember the name of it.
Where they're always hiring ladies, just by the way.
Yeah, and the man looked at me and he was like, they wouldn't hire you to dance at Bay. I said, He said, yeah, I'll hire you, give you a job. I didn't know what to do. Okay. I had the wrong clothes. And then, you know, they got the mom back there to dress you.
Oh.
I got dressed. I walked out because it was my time to go up.
On the pole or just out?
No, just on the stage. On the stage. I got 2 steps up the stage, and one of the waitresses was coming to me, and she was like, "Somebody bought you out. You have to come off the stage." And I was like, "What that mean? I got bought out." She said, "A guy has paid for you, so you got to go sit down next to him. You got to go sit at the table with him." So I was like, "Okay, you know what the hell about to happen now?" So I sit down, and the man's a black man. And he looked at me, he said, "What are you doing here?"
Oh.
I said, "Well, I need some money and I don't have no job." And he said, "But why are you in here?" And I said, "Because they was hiring and I need some money because it's a situation and I need to get some money quick to take care of some stuff or else it's going to be a problem for some people."
Oh.
And he was like, "What do you do? What is your?" And I was like, "Well, I work in radio, but I just moved back." And
hold on, this was while you was doing radio?
I said I had just moved back to Dallas. I was like, but when I got back here, some stuff was going on, and hey, this is what I got to do. And he said, "Well, you know," and he just talked to me. He would just talk to me, and he'd be like, "Okay, when you coming back to work?" And I tell him every day I came to work, the dude was there, and he would buy me out. And so I'd sit right there next to him. Now, he would pay other girls to do lap dances and stuff, but he would just talk to me like, "Okay, what did you do today? Where did you go look for a job?" And this is when I was trying to get on at the Dallas Morning News. I'm naive. I'm just sitting here telling this man everything. Like, "Well, yeah, you know, I went over here and there, and I want to do this and I want to do that." And I remember the last day he came, he said, "Listen." He said, did you go on your interview?" I said, "Yeah, I went on the interview." He said, "How did it go?" I said, "I don't know, but I'll see." He said, "Well, you gonna get the job. You're gonna have the job." He said, "I'm going out of town and I don't want you to come back here. And when I come back from out of town, I don't want to see you here." And he gave me $2,400. And I was like, shoot, I'm coming back because it got to be another one in there like that. But when I left, that next day, I got a call from the Morning News, and they gave me the job.
What?
Right, Charlie? I know, right, Charlie?
Charlie barking at that. Charlie like, what?
I know, Charlie.
Nigga, what?
Charlie like, what?
Yeah, but that was it. So that's how the universe worked on me in trying to do that.
See, Bink, we couldn't do that. We couldn't have no Magic Mike moment Where
Yep.
first of all, I applaud you because I could never get to a point. I don't care how broke I was, and I've been broke in my radio career where I'm down to strip or even think about that. And I was living out my car, so that I was dead broke. But so kudos.
That's why
to you
I
on
be
that
saying
one.
that. Shoot, if my body was right, like what I know about actually being in there and what the women do at some of these places, which ain't it, because it was one chick at that club, and I got to watch all of them because I'd be sitting right there with him. One girl was she didn't even have no bad body, you know. She was like a busted can of biscuits. She was real fluffy. She had a whole bunch of rolls, and she'd always wear this white dress, white girl. And she would come out there and she would do one move. She walked to the end of the stage, grab the bottom of her dress that came to her knees, and like pull it up over her head. And when she pulled that dress up over her head, all the truck drivers run up there and give her all their money. And I'm like, dang, that's all you got to do? That's it?
Simple.
Dang.
Right?
I was like, wow. And they come in here night after night and get their money away.
Get a little money away. Yeah.
Dang.
Women got it like that.
Dave, you're right. That was God protecting me. Because in like some of the dances would be like that. They'd be like, why are you don't belong here? You do not belong here. Why do you keep coming here? I'm like, y'all don't understand. Now it was some stuff going on, and hey, I had to do what I had to do. It was there to sell drugs. It was there to sell drugs. So
not too many good options there.
Hey, it didn't kill me.
Yeah, no, it didn't. And again, kudos to women. I don't know, women out there listening right now on the thing. Would you do that? Would you strip if you had to? Comment. Go ahead. I want to hear that one. Dave, could you go Magic Mike if you had to, Dave?
I mean, but you kind of do that anyway. Like if, you know, especially when you single and you dating, if you sleeping with somebody, you stripping for them and you ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, but that's not a crowd. You talking about going up on stage and doing it in a crowd. That's a lot.
Shoot, I would. And if I had to, I would.
You doing it in the crowd, Bink? If you had to, you go Magic Mike.
Look, if my body was right now, I would be in Vegas getting paid. Like whatever. Me and my kids is good. I ain't breaking no crime. I ain't disrespecting nobody. I'm just doing this.
Charlie said, go to Vegas.
Yeah. Charlie's like, go.
I'm like, Shawnee, what you talking about? Shawnee, I never knew.
Go to Vegas.
Charlie like, hold up.
Kathy said no, but she can still shake her assets if she hears the music.
That's what that is, Kathy.
Nah, I mean it was real. Like it was Michael Jackson bad, and I had to do look.
Yeah.
Then that's why I work so hard now, because I don't want my daughters to ever be in that situation ever.
Yeah. No, with the body I have, I don't want to embarrass myself.
But the people don't be caring, like they don't care. And one of the girls there told me, she was like, everybody has a different fantasy.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, because when I tell you, and like the girl, it was an older black lady. She went by the name of Sunshine, and she would always walk me to my truck and be like, baby, get out of here, get out this parking lot. Don't turn around, look back at nothing, just keep on driving. Sunshine was probably, I'm assuming that she was probably in her 40s, but Sunshine was bad, like she was put together good, and she was real. She won implants and all of that.
Yeah.
But Sunshine would do this trick. She'd be on the side stage. Like she really didn't get on the main stage because they had the main stage and they got the side stages. So Sunshine was always on this side stage, and she would do this trick. She would tell it, guy, all right, throw $1 down there. I'm gonna pick it up with my butt cheeks.
Oh.
And so the dude put $1 down there, and she, drop it like it's hot and try to pick it up with her butt cheeks. And that ain't enough. You gotta, put some more, put another one down there, put some more money down there. And when the pile, it wasn't that she couldn't pick the dollar up with her butt cheeks. That was her way of getting all their money. When they finally put enough money there that she wanted, then she scoop it all up with her butt and say thank you. I said, what in the world?
Which is so nasty. Everybody fingers touching that.
Yeah.
But shout out Sunshine for being creative, though.
I'm like, see, I don't know how it would feel. Like if I went to a club and saw you up there, I would immediately just turn around. I'd get out of the club.
I mean, my cousins came in there. One of my cousins came in there.
Are you serious?
Like, what are you doing in here? Hey, look, cuz, hey, what you got on it? What you got on it? And then every time I see them now, they be like, "Are you okay? Are you okay now? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. Hey, I did what I had to do." It's and for a long time I was embarrassed about it, but now I be like, "No, shoot, I did what I had to do." No, you ain't top heavy. I'm telling you, it was what I saw. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I am really too and even thinking back on it now, it's like, Shawnee, you too hard on yourself because I'm telling you, it was.
Yeah.
It's not like on P Valley, everybody is chiseled in a nice size, and they go up there and they have these elaborate routines. That is not what it was at all. That is not what was happening for real. That was not. It was not. Now, maybe now, it's more like that. But I know back then in the 90s, in the late 90s, it wasn't none of that. It was
like people playing music off their phones.
Look. I'm telling you, when I saw that, I was like, I can do that. So that's all she did, and she got $200 that quick. All she did was just stand there. They ain't breaking their back and doing splits. They weren't, but I mean now I think maybe the strippers probably working too hard if they doing all that I see on P Valley. It's like, nah, I for real saw chicks walk out on the stage like that with the little dumpling white girl and pull her dress up over her head. That's it. And them truckers would be up there just throwing it at her. And I was like, dang.
Yeah, but I've been to some lame strip clubs that do that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like if you don't like really try to perform or try to earn it, I'm like, nah, dog. You're not just gonna get up there and just walk around.
Yeah,
hey, Jeanette. I like P Valley too.
Some of them strippers used to smell good, though. I remember, they put that body wash on. I like, man, you smell good as heck.
Well, in the back, they tell them to go out. You have little hygiene things that you need.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would always wear jogging pants, by the way. I'm sorry. To be honest.
And then there was those activities, too, that were going
apologize.
on.
I would always wear jogging pants when I went to strip club.
Are you serious? Like they would
always
come at you like that, Shawnee?
Oh, nobody ever came at me like that, because when I tell you that black man was there every time I got there, and he bought you out. And so I was just sitting there. I was sitting there talking the whole night, telling him I wanted to. He was an older guy. And I was like, he got, when I think about it now and after it, it all happened, I'm like, he had to know somebody up there, because he was like, "No, you got the job." It was like, who are you interviewing with?
Did you ask him what was he doing in there? Did you ask him?
Yeah, like
no. I mean, I didn't know to ask him that. I'm just sitting there talking.
I mean, but you talked to him several times. Like, seemed like at some point you
he ain't gonna give you no $24.
Do you own this place? Like, what you doing here, Mr. Johnson?
I wasn't that. I don't. You know what? I never even knew his name. I don't recall him telling me his name. I never remember. But he would always just ask, "What did you do today?" And I would talk about that. And then he would have girls. He was some of their regulars. So they would come over and talk to him. I wasn't even 21 when this was going on. So
gotcha.
Like even the drink that I had to get, it was a certain drink. It was a name we had to say. It didn't have any alcohol in it. But so the bartender knew they put it in a little cute glass because they didn't want the man to know that they paying $5-6 for some soda. That's what it was. They might change the color. So I would be sitting there, but literally we would talk about my plans, what it was I wanted to do, and where I was with the situation. Because even though he bought me out, he still would give me money every night that I was there. But that last night he gave me $2,400 and was like, "All right, don't come back over here."
Guys couldn't get away. And Bink, how you gonna wear jogging pants? See, I couldn't even get up. Like I'd be stuck. I mean, that would be embarrassing to me. Like
I don't think it mattered in that environment.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta walk. You gotta walk out though.
You got the
It's
right
dark
one.
in there.
Yeah, it don't matter. It's part of it. It's just part of the.
Ain't nobody judging you.
Yeah,
ain't nobody looking at you like, oh, look at him.
No, I'm not wearing no jogging pants though. I'm not.
Yeah, that's the best way to go. You ain't got to worry about no zipper or nothing. Just like.
And then all them condoms and stuff would be on the floor at the end of the night.
Oh man,
they be doing all kinds of stuff out there.
Oh yeah, see, I never went to one like that where.
At Baby Dolls, it was like, because as a cocktail waitress, we had to clean up, and that's why I was like, "Wait a minute, what is this? What? What?
How did they get away with that though?"
And that's what I'd be saying. How they sit out here and do this?
It's the strip club.
It's the strip club. That's part of it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, how you gonna get away with that? Like, do you walk in there with a condom on? How you slipping on the condom?
It's dark, so it's not. Yeah, the lights ain't on. So when the girl is over there, because the one little Chinese girl used to do it all the time. But I mean, they just pull their pants down, put it on. She's sitting on top of you.
Some of them got those private rooms too. The private rooms where you can just go back there and chill out or whatever. So.
I'm sorry, I'm not even done about that because again, I worked at one for a bit, and then I frequented them when I was single.
And you ain't know all this was going on?
No, I didn't because I didn't get into it like that. I did not. I'm sorry.
But as a DJ, you didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I'm like,
no, I mean, I went for me. It was like. It was just in and out. You know what I'm saying? I just went there to do the gig, play the music, and then I wouldn't even talk to hardly any of the girls except for if they came up to me and asked me to play something for them or something like that. Then that would be the only interaction. Like outside of the strip club, I never talked to any of the chicks. Never dated any of them. None of that. Not even messed with any of them. Never even tried to smash. None of that. It was in and out.
I mean, yeah, and most of the time it's like that because it was one girl that she had a track scholarship at one of the big schools here in the DFW area, but she needed money. And she would bring her books and sit in the back and do her homework, write her papers. We ain't had no laptops and stuff back then.
Yeah,
but she would come. It was what she had to do, and school was paid for, but she didn't have no money for other stuff.
Yeah, I think when I was DJing at the strip club, because I think I was living in Arizona at the time, and like I was trying to get a job in radio, and I was just trying to do what I could do to live in. And again, that's when they would look. The strip club was looking for a DJ. And you know how you DJ at a strip club, you just put on some music.
Just play it,
You ain't got to blend or nothing.
Yeah, you ain't got to blend or nothing. You ain't mixing. You just putting on some music. So I mean, that's all I did. So
that might not be a bad part-time job now. I put it because most of it is guys that DJ.
Yeah.
But what if you had a sexy girl that was DJing and talking?
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah. See, that's the plus. That was the reason for hiring though, because you got to have that voice. You got to be able to hype up the crowd, talk about them drink specials, and tip the girls and all that other stuff. So, yeah, you
but
might
as
be
a man,
would
you want to hear a woman saying that or a man saying that?
Oh yeah,
and some good eye candy. I'd have to work on my tone though, because I'd be like, y'all niggas need to go hit the bar. and tip me too, goddammit.
Sure would.
Yeah. That would be me. So I got to work on the softer
Like,
side.
this going out to the motherfucker who gave me $2. What the fuck I'm gonna do with $2? Some Gucci man. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, definitely can see that. Yeah. And the manager come over, Shawty, we need to talk to you.
And speaking of seeing us, now you can see us Wednesdays. We're going to be on here Wednesday at 8. We talked about it earlier at the beginning of the show, and we're about to close out. But you can see us every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And we talked about it earlier. We all got kids that's in sports. I got to go get mine in a second. And each one of us got kids, track and field, volleyball, cheerleading, and football. So we're just trying to make it make sense. Wednesday, we'll have a lot more to talk about. Like today, like the strip club wasn't even on the agenda for today. But guess what? We took it and ran with it. We supposed to be on Simone Biles for the whole show. But guess what? We got on the strip club and had some fun. So every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, you'll see it through the images and promos on the Media Room 360 page, Big Bink's Break Room page. And we thank y'all for checking us out. And next Wednesday, it will be on and cracking. So thank you, Kathy and Dave and Jeanette and everybody. But you'll see every Wednesday, Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Dave Mac.
Oh, definitely. Every Wednesday at 8 Central, you'll be able to see Big Bink's Break Room podcast. So y'all have a great night.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room.